Good morning, students. So, in the previous videos, we had discussed about models and we have completed models, and now we are starting with prepositions. So, prepositions also we have divided the chapter into several parts, and today we will deal with the first part of the chapter, that is meaning, features, classification of prepositions, and also preposition of time. So please pay attention. We will go slide after slide. First of all, what is a preposition? A preposition is a word placed before a noun, pronoun, or a noun phrase to show the relation between the person or thing denoted by it and something else mentioned in the sentence. So by this definition, what did we understand is that preposition is a word which shows relation of what? Relation of a noun or a pronoun with the other things in the sentences. Just like, see, preposition is a word placed before a noun or a pronoun or noun phrase to show the relation. So it is mainly a word which shows the relation of the noun and pronoun with the other things in the sentences. Example, my books are in my bag. Here the relation between my bag and books. It shows shows the relation between my bag and books. The man jumped into the river. Here, the relation between the river and jumping is shown with the help of this preposition, that is into. Jumped into the river. Now, let us discuss some features of preposition. Feature 1, a preposition needs an object. This object can be a noun or pronoun, a gerund, a noun phrase, or even a noun clause. For example, in spring. So here spring is the object. It's a noun. For me. For is the preposition and me is the object. It is the pronoun. Tired of waiting. Of. Waiting. Of what? Waiting. So waiting is here a gerund. He is afraid of what is his teachers might say. So here it is a phrase or clause, what his teachers might say. It is a noun clause. So this is the object here. Of is the preposition. Now, in feature 2, the position of preposition. What is the position? What should be the position of a preposition? Prepositions are usually placed before a noun or a pronoun. So noun or pronoun are the objects, and generally the preposition is placed before these objects, and that is how it gets its name, that is preposition. Pre means before, position means placing. So preposition means that which is placed before. Before what? Before its object, which can be noun, pronoun, or any kind of phrase or clause. So here see, in the cupboard, in is placed before the cupboard. For me, instead of, working hard. Instead of is the preposition, and working hard. This is a gerund, working. Now feature 3, a preposition can occur at the end of a clause sentence in the following construction. So in the previous feature we had seen that a preposition is placed before a noun or a pronoun, but in certain sentences it is seen at the last of the sentence. So what are these cases? Interrogative sentences beginning with a question word. For example, What post have you applied for? Which city does he belong to? In the case of exclamations also, we can see that prepositions are placed at last of a sentence. What a tough customer to deal with. What a small house to live in. In the case of passive voice also, see, who are you taught English by? All old furniture must be disposed of. So in these cases, we see that prepositions are placed at the end of a sentence. Now let us come to the kinds of prepositions. There are 4 kinds of prepositions. Simple preposition, just like at, by, etc. Compound prepositions, beside, across. These prepositions have a prefix, just like beside. B is the prefix. Across, A is the prefix of cross, across. Now prepositional phrases, in front of, in case of. Just see here, please don't park your car in front of the gate. Then participial prepositions, just like regarding, concerning. For example, I want to talk to you regarding exam. Now, relations expressed by the preposition. What are the relations that are expressed? We said that preposition is a word which expresses the relation. Now, what kind of relations? The relations expressed by prepositions include time, place, direction, possession, agency, instrumentality, manner, reason, purpose, etc. So today we will mainly deal with preposition of time. At, on, in. These are the prepositions of time. We will first of all there are others also, and we will deal one after them. First of all, at. At is usually denotes a definite point of time. When we are using a definite point of time, then this preposition is used. At. For example, at 5 p.m. At this moment, definite point, these are used for the definite point of time. Then indefinite periods also it is used, just like at night. At what point of night, that we are not saying. At dawn, at what point of dawn, that also we are not saying. So these are indefinite periods. On is used with days and dates. On Monday, on 17th April. In is used with parts of the day and with months, years, seasons. In April, in 2020. It is also used with the future tense to show the period in which an action will happen. I will be back in half an hour. Now let us come to by. By means what? Not later than. We must be home. You must be home by 5 p.m. The action can obviously occur at or before the specified time, but not later than that. At this speed, we will be able to reach school by 9 a.m. So by means what? Not later than. Now for. For is also a preposition of time. What does for suggest? For suggests duration. It tells us how long something lasts. Mrs. Patel taught at the school for 2 years. For is often used with perfect and perfect continuous tense. I have known Sharad for 5 years. See here, the sentence is in uh, present perfect tense. I have known Sharad for 5 years. So for is the preposition used here. For is used for a duration of time. Now since. Since indicates the point of time at which an action began. It is used only if the action has continued till the point of speaking. Just like I am speaking about an incident. So at this speaking also the incident is going on. It is also most used with the perfect and perfect continuous tenses. The principal has been addressing the assembly since 8 o'clock. So now she is still addressing. Now from. From also denotes the starting point of an action. It is used in all cases except when the action has continued till the moment of speaking. Now here, as we said, that since denotes the starting point of an action, and here also we are saying that from denotes the starting point of an action. The difference between these two is that in the case of from, it is sometimes succeeded by to or till, this kind of prepositions. Just like see, we were at Manali from 10 to 15 May. So from is here succeeded by to, preposition to. Sometimes it is also succeeded by this preposition till. Now during. During suggests the whole of the period for which an action continued. It continued to rain during the night, means during the whole of the night. We also use during when we are talking about an event, activity or experience, and not about a period of time. I will visit Sri Ramakrishna Ashram during my stay at Rajkot. Now in, within. In means at the end of the period, or within means before the period ends, before the end of the period. Like I'll be able to finish this assignment in a week, means when the week is over. I'll be able to finish this assignment within a week, means before the week ends over, is over. Until, by. Until means the action continues up to a certain moment. Please wait here until I come back. And by, the action will happen at or before a certain future moment. I'll return your book by Sunday evening. So it denotes some future incident, some future time, future moment. So the next portions will be discussed in the next parts of this chapter. Till then, thank you and stay safe. Worksheet, there are worksheets which has to be done by you. 2 worksheets are prepared and this has to be done by you.